Hello, welcome to Reframing Mindset Podcast. We are clear my head of the thoughts that are preventing clarity, practice my speech, among other things. Episodes range from informative knowledge to funny stories about my experiences, and in the future, maybe include interviews. So subscribe and enjoy. Episodes drop every other day. Okay, now so welcome back to Reframing Mindset Podcast. My name is Colin St. Brooks. This episode is going to, I guess for the next few episodes, I'm going to just use one experience, to share a few knowledge. And each of it's a one experience, but each knowledge is kind of worth sharing. I guess I'll share it in different episode, just because. Yeah, but for this episode, I have to talk about, you have to be ready, or get yourself ready for the opportunities, because the opportunities will be there, and sometimes not in the way you like it, but if you get yourself ready, you can take the opportunity, even though it's not in the way you like it, but you make the most of it. You make the most of it because you get yourself ready to just take it, even though it's not in your favor, and then make the most of it to get more than maybe what you were willing to get from it, So that's basically the essence of it. So, this episode going to talk about, I guess, Reggae Sumfest. I guess you can Google it if you don't know what Reggae Sumfest is, but it's a nice concert, and I've never went to it before. It's a big concert in my country, and this year, as I'm on my own and such like that, and things were working out in my favor, I was saying, okay, yes, it would be nice if I could go to Reggae Sumfest for the first time this year, you know. So I was thinking that, okay, it's a hard task, but I think it's possible to actually do it. So if you have listened to the podcast, you will realize that most of the stuff that I've been doing around the home was like doing all those tasks, get all the big tasks out of the way so I don't really have to think about them again. Until the point where basically, I dropped episode where basically called I'm host poor, home poor. Where basically I'm saying that majority of this stuff is kind of done. Majority of my income is just now just kind of there to sustain the home. But what happened was that most of the stuff has been done in terms of like rearranging, cleaning up, and such like that. So I'm more in mobile in the fact that if I'm getting work, I am free to just actually free up myself to actually go to work and such like that. I don't really have to come on worrying about doing this and that, because most of the stuff have been done. So basically, I was chilling, doing my dance session with one of our guests, Tyler T. Royal. Again, suppose I heard of him before. If you're listening to the podcast enough. Mhm. And what happened now was the weekend come for when Reggae Sumfest come, and I realized that okay, I won't actually won't get to go to Sumfest because the money never add up. But what happened was that the Saturday, because he does class 3 days a week, so Saturday was one of the days, and he said okay, it's going to cancel because what happened was one of his dance student gave him a work opportunity to work on the day of Sumfest. And he said, okay, I won't be there. So I would be working at Reggae Sumfest for the day. And I said, okay, that's cool. There's no class Saturday. So the Saturday came now, I was basically chilling in my home, doing just chilling. And then I look into the group, the WhatsApp group that the dance class have. And the same girl that gave Tyler the work opportunities in a message that say, okay, yo, any male free that would like to work at Reggae Sumfest, and a message no ASAP. and I saw the message, and then boom, I saw the message and I realized, okay, I'm free. I'm actually free to actually take up the opportunity and such. So I said, yes, me. And I said, a couple seconds after, I just got the message, said, okay, I'm going to get to contact with the person. And he said, like, the pay is basically $6,000, which is not a lot. Is it will be less than record in where I'm from will be less than minimum wage. But what happened was that, as I said, I brought down my cost of living so much that basically going there to get that $6,000 was profit. Was profit, and it was also allow me to get into Reggae Sumfest. As I said, if you're listening from the first part, I said one of the goals that I wanted to do was get into Reggae Sumfest. So it got me into Reggae Sumfest. So boom, I took the opportunity and went in. And basically, what happened was that I worked the whole night as a security. I was a security at a bathroom place, bro. And I thought I never took the job. It was very unserious until like I never took the job serious because I took it serious like I was there to work. So I said, okay, I'm going to work. And what happened was the place that I was stationed to work, there's like a big screen there with the with a view of the stage. So I was like basically can't see the stage. But so where I'm at I could basically see the stage and such like that. But majority of what I was doing the night was basically just uh standing like to the outside of this area that I'm stationed to basically in the night where basically the owner of the place that I was stationed at said, okay, people are complaining about the bathroom. Complaining that random people are using the bathroom. So after actually do my security work, so I started to stay there. And it was a whole night event. It was from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. in the night to 8 a.m. in the morning. And I basically had to stay up the whole night. But that one opportunity actually gave me the chance to actually see. It was only one. I only see one of the 2 days. It was Reggae Sumfest is 2 days, but I only got to see one day. But I went in, experienced Reggae Sumfest for the first time, and I got paid to actually experience it. So you see, yeah. So basically, what the essence of this story is basically, I got myself ready, and it was an opportunity, that pay that you would pay that would basically be a low standard for many people, and it was a low standard for me as well. But what happened was I got my cost of living very low and such like that, where basically I'm doing something below what I think maybe be below myself, but I'm making the most of the opportunity. I got to see, experience, um, Reggae Sumfest. And kinda, I think I'm glad I did it because I got to see it, and wow, well, I guess the episode will be coming when I basically react to Reggae Sumfest. So when that episode come out, I'll tell you what I think about it. And the thing about it, that the night when I went, because Reggae Sumfest is 3 nights, but this since it's coming back after the Corona pandemic, it was only 2 nights this year. So this year was only dancehall night and reggae night, but usually there are 3 nights: dancehall night, reggae night, and the international night. So I got to go and see the reggae night, and it was better that I see the reggae night because, as I said, if you listen to one of my previous episodes, I went to Alkaline's New Rules festivals, and most of the artists that were playing at the Alkaline Festival, including Alkaline himself, was playing on the dancehall night. So basically, so only the new person I would like to see on the dancehall night would be one of our next female top artists, would be Shensia. But other from that, I guess there would be nobody new that I would want to see. But the reggae nights, see new artists. It will be my first time experiencing reggae in live form. And I guess when that episode comes, when I react to Reggae Sumfest, you'll get my reaction on how I think about seeing the reggae artists perform live. Mhm. But that's basically the essence of this episode. If you set up yourself to get ready to get your opportunity, so like for example, if you're looking for work, just get your cost salary low to the point that not low to the point where you're basically suffering, but get rid of all the unnecessary stuff. Like there's this thing called minimalism. One of our previous guests, talk about minimalism and such like that. But if you can get rid of all the unnecessary extra stuff that are taking up extra space in your life, when you get an opportunity like this, you get to experience, you get to make the most of the opportunity that to the average person may seem like a downgrade or nothing, but because you set up yourself to be ready for it, you make the most of it. Because even in the, I guess there's a next episode about that as well. So I guess I don't have to mention that yet. So I have to talk about that the next time. So I'll just stop it for here. I think I get the essence is that if you all the episodes, many of the episodes that I was talking about before this, and see some of the stuff that I've been talking about, like Go Complete, Stone Move, and such like that. All of that was to prepare myself for opportunity like this, where I get my chance to show my skills, get paid, should show my skills, and then I got to experience something that I had on my bucket list at the same time. So while that while also never really changing my lifestyle, I don't have to downgrade my lifestyle. I'll come back to basically to where I was. So all I'm just doing is just progressing really from where I was with now an extra $6,000 in my bank account to actually help me to pursue my goals. And that's due to me just getting myself prepared to get the opportunity. And the same thing now with this job that I'm applying for and such like that. If I get the car back, mm, regardless of the pay, I'm getting a profit, bro. And it's a pretty this job that I can apply for. It's pretty it's a good company. So uh, I won't be getting a simple $6,000. It will be a lot significant and that what happened that because I set myself up to prepare for this opportunity that if I the salary that I would get, that would be like it would be like me winning the lottery every month. That would be like me winning the lottery. And that's basically the essence of most of the stuff that I've been doing in the unofficial homeowner episode until now. Those it's me setting myself up to prepare for all these opportunities that can come to me now as I'm getting more established. So that's basically it for this episode. If I get out to repeat myself again, you have to be ready. You have to get yourself ready for the opportunity. You want the opportunity, you have to get yourself ready to get the opportunity. So that's basically for this episode. Thank you for listening and look forward for our next episode. Yeah.
Well, this is the end of the episode. Thanks for watching and look forward for the next episode. To support this podcast, go to anchor.fm/cssb/support or become a sponsor for this episode. If you have a product that you want to have more exposure, DM me on the Instagram page, Reframing Mindset Podcast, or on Twitter at ReframingP. Either way would help. Thank you regardless for listening, and here's a preview for the next episode.
Part of the thing where I talk about. Yeah, say I'm using the one experience to talk about to share some knowledge. And the next thing is basically, is what I've heard and it came to pass. It's one of those things where, when you learn something and they see actually being applied into your life, then be like, damn, bro, it's a good. You're like fine. You'll be like, happy that you actually see something that you have learned actually being applied into your life. Isn't it? And I guess this one is basically where I hear that. your network is your net worth. And you have to say, yeah, I get it. Even though I'm a person that goes towards try to be as independent as possible, but